consider God's wonders of the world. Once again, we are still at the zoo with Mr. Eric, still taking us around. Please come with me. So how has this COVID pandemic affected you? Do you still have the same customers coming in, same guests coming in? Or
definitely it has.
The lockdown and
definitely COVID has affected us quite a lot. Remember last year we went into a lockdown. Of course, COVID-19 was unprecedented.
Yes.
And at one time the airport was, remember, flights were not coming in.
Yes.
And so we lost out on the visitors who are coming through to visit our center, our volunteers, internationals. Sorry, I don't have anything to eat. This is a try. Of course, it thinks I'm giving it anything to eat, but I have nothing to eat. Sorry. Maybe next time. So I went into a lockdown from March. From March and reopened in August.
Yeah.
So during those months, we're not receiving any visitors, locally or international. So we're not receiving on those non-taxable revenue, the gate collections, the entry fees, fees for our services and products. And so it was a struggle.
Yeah.
But we ran a fundraising campaign where friends of your work, both international and here at home, like the Indian community, corporates, and even individuals. Those who would say, come and pick some bananas for the chimpanzees, come and pick some sweet potatoes. We have groups that say, come, I have avocados. They'll bring trucks of avocados to feed the animals. So people loved us. People love the animals. And it helped us sustain. But also, the government came in handy and said, no, we're going to support you. The goodwill from government, it supported us. Of course, it gave us quite an amount of money, which helped us also to recover and to ensure that we established different facilities here. So there was an improvement also. We installed cameras, we worked on exhibits. There was an improvement. Along the way, of course, when we opened in August, it's when we unveiled the new product. In December, a few months later, we unveiled the pair of tigers, which has been another interesting product, catchy product, attracting lots of people, because we all know we grew up not knowing the tigers. We just hear tigers. Some people think leopards are tigers. And so this is where we are. This is what we had. So since then, we also realized an increment. Of course, the visitor numbers increased to about 29, it's actually increased over 10% in the first quarter, January, February, March. Unfortunately, of course, we went into a lockdown in June. This current, we've been lifted, of course, out of the lockdown. But remember, whenever we go into a lockdown, when visitors are not coming, we don't realize those fees. But remember, those fees we collect are the ones that improve the welfare. But we are glad. What is very important is the health. The health of the citizens, our visitors, and our health. But along the way, we came up with the standard operating procedures. Social distance, please wear a mask. Of course, you have sanitized, you did your tests, but wear a mask. We ensure that we clean the surfaces where visitors touch, at least every single day. Clean them to avoid any infections. The toilets have to be clean. And COVID actually has improved hygiene, personal hygiene among individuals, but also improved the sanitation in the different places, and also changed the way we do things, our mindsets. And I think that is the good side of COVID, that during that time we went into online technology. We embraced online technology. We started doing virtual coverages. So you stay at home, we do a virtual tour of the zoo. You just sit back home, go on your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram and watch what we're going through. We did fundraising campaigns online. So through that, we started getting support, financial support.
Yes.
But even now, we started posting pictures, moments at the zoo. So people still had a connection with the wildlife here at the center.
Wow.
It's also very special to say that we are the window for this country's wildlife ecosystem.
Yes.
Because when you arrive at the airport, it's about 10 minutes from the airport to this place.
Yeah.
And whatever you see here is a reflection of what is in the wild.
Okay. This is 4 years old.
10, 9, 10. Yeah, 9, 10
Okay.
years. Yes. From Hamkungu, that's in Queen Elizabeth.
Okay.
So they feed on vegetation, because remember, vegetation, sometimes we give it some other, we call them nutritional products,
Yeah.
but it loves the green. It's what it feeds on. Yes. But it's it's calm, gentle, it's playful,
Okay.
but we're proud. We're proud that
Wow.
now it's looking, healthy, and we hope one day it will go back into the wild. Yeah.
Okay.
One day it will go back into the wild. Maybe something to talk about the elephant is that the elephant is the largest land mammal, and usually it's found in the savannah. Of course, we have forest elephants, but it's found in the savannah.
Yes.
But it's been a victim of poaching.
Yes.
People poach the elephant for the tusks, because that's ivory
Yes.
for them. And of course, our numbers were dwindling, but at least with the efforts from government ensuring that we put this animal, they have been paid. So we hope and we're reducing. But also, some people would poach in South Sudan and use Uganda as a route.
Yes.
And so sometimes our security agencies would confiscate them. So some of those tusks that are confiscated are en route, are in transit. So, but people poach these elephants because of the tusks.
I've always thought that this place is for kids. I've always thought it's a small place
Yeah,
where just kids come and just see animals in small cages.
yeah,
But it's different.
well, kids, yeah, you're right, because that is one of our target groups. We start changing mindsets
Yes.
from a tender age.
Yes.
So the fact that we always deal with the young ones, changing their mindsets at a tender age, teaching them about the importance of wildlife, about the importance of conserving, of protecting the environment. Many people think we focus on, but also we work with the adults.
Yes.
For instance, we have community outreach programs
Yes.
where we go to communities like Makanaga and try to teach them about the importance of conserving that wetland, Makanaga.
Yes.
Have programs there where we offer also alternative sources of livelihood.
Yes.
That, you know what, you don't need to mine sand, you don't need to do sand mining, you don't need to, destroy that environment. However, you can get a skill, basket weaving, mat making, crafts and everything, so that when tourists come, they can enjoy the scenic beauty, the resources, the natural resources there, but also you sell to them the products you have and make a living. So things of that nature. Entebbe, waste management. We teach people here in Entebbe about waste management. That is why I think Entebbe is one of the cleanest towns we have. It's a clean, calm town. And all these programs are also for the adults. And we also do outreach programs, go out there, people near protected areas, and teach them on how to actually preserve and live in harmony with the wildlife. For instance, the chimpanzees. We need to tell people that the chimpanzees here you see are not an enemy, but you could actually benefit from them when you coexist with them. So let the chimpanzees stay in their zones. You can also stay in your zones in harmony, because there are tourists who come to view those chimpanzees, pay some money, and at the end of the day, if it's, let's say, protected area, the communities around the protected area get of benefits from the annual revenue sharing. At the end of the year, they say, we collected this amount, this is for the communities around. And that is improvement. Facilities will improve. Accommodations will be established because people want to sleep. Lodges, tourists want to sleep. It means the communities around, people in the communities will get jobs, work in these lodges, work as guides, sell crafts, you know, work in the schools that have been established as a result of annual revenue sharing, water projects, roads are improving, tourism roads. So that's development. So they need to appreciate the wildlife around. Now this particular one,
we didn't even know you have accommodation here.
Yeah, I mean. So this is the leopard.
Okay.
It's here.
Wow.
So this is Vin. Vin is a solitary leopard. Leopards are solitary in nature.
Vin.
They always stay alone. Name? We name them. So all the animals, most of the animals, and that's their name for identification and connection.
Okay.
So it's Vin. Unlike tigers, which are striped, leopards have spots. Okay. But leopards, their spots are called rosettes. When you look at them, they look like roses in nature. Yeah, those spots. So these are good agile climbers. They're elusive. They can be in a tree for quite some time and you don't know that they're in a tree. They are calculative when it's time to hunt. They first calculate their moves. They love meat, they're carnivorous. They feed on meat. Vin gets his share of 8 kilos every day. That's meat. Remember I told you about the tigers, about 15, now this one has 8. And they're good climbers and yeah, they're good hunters too. And that's the leopard. So rarely, because we know when you go out in the wild, chances of seeing a leopard are minimal. But when you're here, you're sure that you will see a leopard. Remember, we have all the big five. You've heard of the big five? These are animals. In the pre-colonial, actually in the colonial days, they were difficult to hunt. People used to hunt them, the colonialists. So the animals that were difficult to hunt were labeled as the big five. And among these, we have the leopard, we have the rhino, we have the lion, we have the elephant, and the buffalo, African buffalo. But a few months ago, a British photographer came up with a different version and said, we need to have the big five as animals that are good to shoot, not with a gun, but with the camera. Because remember, this was hunting, the colonial days, the big five. So it sends a bad impression, hunting. So I said, the ones we love to shoot, but also are endangered. So some of the animals in the new big five, we have the tiger, which we also have. We have the tiger. I've seen the bear, which is not here in Africa, but here in Uganda, we have the tiger. We also have the mountain gorilla, and then we also have the African elephant. But what I can tell you is that at UWEC, we have the original big five. We have the rhino, we have the leopard, we have the elephant, we have the buffalo, and we have the leopard. We have the buffalo, rhino, leopard, lion, and rhino. They're all here, plus the tiger. So that is our experience. So the tires you see are part of the enrichment. The platform you see there is enrichment. It helps it keep fit, physically, mentally. Jumps on the tires, it plays the tires, it jumps on the other platforms. Sometimes we hang meat there. So all these are enrichment. So we keep it comfortable, healthy. We don't want it to be obese. You know, sometimes they suffer from obesity, animals. They gain weight because such an environment where you're eating meat every single day. and relaxing. You just wait for food. You don't go out there to hunt for the food.
Yes.
Sometimes you gain weight and be obese. So that's how it is.
Okay.
Of course, tiger is the largest of the big cats.
Oh.
It's larger than a lion.
I thought the lion was large.
Oh, no, tigers. Because if our tigers are 2.5 years and they look like that, what if it's
Like
4
5.
years? So, but you can see he's looking healthy, and
Yeah. Very healthy.
he has a pool of water to drink, play. And there he is. So we have
This
10
is how they look.
Yeah, we have the 10 lions here in Entebbe Zoo, and one lion. The male is the lion, the female is a lioness. So we have one lion with mane, that fur, the one you call hair.
Wow.
It's called mane, and it's called Africa. That lion is called Africa.
It's so big.
Yes, and then the rest are female. Yeah.
Wow.
So the lions here, some we got them through exchange programs. Some of them from the UK exchange program,
Okay.
and then some lions were born here,
Okay.
part of the breeding program,
Yes.
and that is how we have worked with the lions. We have not picked any lion from the wild. No. Animals here, you don't just pick them from the wild. Unless if
But
the
the
animal.
ones we have in the wild,
Yeah,
they're
they're
the
the same.
same.
Yeah.
they are this big.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So we have vets who ensure they're healthy. We ensure they feed on their 8 kilos of meat every day. Each lion. We have 10 of them. So assuming each is having its 8 kilos of meat, that is
so you
well,
always
close
bring
between-
in
also
tons
depending
and
on this.
tons of meat.
It also depends on the age
Yes.
of the lion and the mood. But on average, you'd say you're giving the lions here about 70 kilos of meat every single day. So you can do the
Wow.
math. If a kilo is about 18 or 15 times 80, just lion. Remember, that's the leopard, and then I have 2 tigers. And I still have other cats you'll see, the small cats that also need the meat. So that's something we're doing. And it's as a result of your efforts. Every time you visit, you're making a difference, you're creating a difference in the welfare of these animals.
I think the show was awesome. Alexie Rugasira again, still with you. Thank you so much. The time is not on our side. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.
We have the Savo cat.
It's what?
Savo cat.
Avocat.
I've heard of the Mondo.
The mondo. Oh.
Mondo. That is a Savo cat, one of the small cats. And I think it has its kittens. You can see the young ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
She feeds on meat.
Okay.
Yes. It's also one of those cats you'll find in the savannah areas.
Yes.
Sometimes people will say, we saw a leopard, when they see a mondo.
Yeah, they just like that. This is small.
Yes. So this is its environment. This is its.
Well, it's almost that cat's
It's small. It
size.
loves chicken. Give it chicken. Give it meat. Those swings you see, there's one up, there's one down.
Mm.